Good morning, good afternoon and good evening, and welcome to our You'll Never Walk Alone WhatsApp group and YouTube channel. Okay, Liverpool 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 2. This is a third round of the FA Cup. Note that we only fucking start the FA Cup in the third round for Premier League teams, but we got a Premier League team which is just as fucking well, because I think any team that really wanted it would have beaten us again today. We're fucking shambolic at the back, and we're just as fucking diabolical at the front. We're just not the same team as we were last season. We obviously came off a really bad result against Brentford, the 3-1. Which I did a video on, and it's just more of the same shit. It really is. What's the story of the match? Well, again we have to go 1-0 down to start turning on some sort of performance. Alisson made a mistake. He passed it to the fucking player and he just tapped it in. Now, I don't want to dig Alisson out because he's been a one-man fucking season-defining goalkeeper this season. Like, he's been our best player. He has saved our ass. We'd be fucking 12th only for him. So I don't like to dig him out. But the first and second goal was pretty poor. He made some alright saves, but you know, we have one of them matches from Alisson once a season, and let's hope it's in the FA Cup. I'm going to be honest, I couldn't give a fuck about the domestic cups this year. I don't want to be in them. I'd rather we went out. Now we've got a fucking replay to play in 10 days that we don't need. I don't get it. The FA Cup means nothing to me. The Carabao Cup, I was delighted when we went out of that. The Champions League and the League is where we need to be. And to be honest, I'd sacrifice the two of them competitions just to get into top four. We're going to get hammered when we play Real Madrid next month, unless something fucking dramatic happens this month, which I don't see happening. I don't think we're going to buy anybody else. I think we've done our business as usual, because we don't buy players towards the end of windows or in the middle of windows or any of that shit. When we buy before the window starts, and we get in first. So there'll be no midfielder coming. Our back line was poor. Matip and Robbo were fucking shit. Konate did well actually against Jimenez, to be fair, but Robbo got roasted by fucking Adam Tiora, who's a good player, and I wouldn't mind him at Liverpool, but you know, we all know what he's going to do, but he was just passed out of it. Robbo. Matip was, you know, he's a hair's breadth away from being injured, and we've no Van Dijk to cover. Midfield, again, what the fuck is wrong with us? Klopp made a big deal about we're not too old in midfield. Fair enough. But what the fuck is the excuse as to why they can't play well? Henderson is not good enough. I believe he recovered from concussion. You couldn't tell by the way he was fucking playing. Thiago and Fabinho did okay, but that was it. Again, up front is where we did okay, and sort of carried us through. Salah, Núñez, Gakpo did really good. They were the three highest scorers on the team, in my opinion, and will be in my player ratings. But I'm so frustrated watching this shit every single game. We have to go 1-0 down every match before we get a response. Now, the goals were scored by Salah and Núñez. I'm going to be honest, they were good finishes, especially Núñez's finish, and he was my man of the match because he tries his bollocks off. He has the intensity. He's a Liverpool player. He needs some work on his finishing. You know, he needs a lot of chances to score, but I think that'll come. Salah hasn't looked the same player since he signed that big fucking contract. And Gapco just made his debut, but he showed some good signs. But again, we don't have a problem up front. Like if them three weren't playing, Jota would be good, Diaz would be good. You know, we've got plenty of forward oomph, so we're not worried there. Midfield is shocking, and when midfield doesn't pick it up, it just exposes how shite our defence is, and it's just not good enough. We're miles behind where we should be and where we've been the last few seasons. I don't know what the coaching staff done from the Brentford game, because it looked very fucking similar. Just Wolves didn't take their chances, and you know, we gifted them 2 goals. But as I said, we gave them the first one, we go 2-1 up, and the second goal was just as fucking bad as the first. It was a nothing ball across, and it just was bundled in. Like shit goalkeeping, shit defending, shit tracking from midfield, just walking through us. As I said, just none of it's good enough. I'm not fucking happy about any of it. I don't know where we're going to go from here. We need new players. We're not going to get them. And to be honest, I think we need to seriously look at fucking Pep Lindler's out and most of that coaching staff, because they're not doing what we... And also we seem to have a lot of technical players, not an awful lot of pressing players, not mentality monsters and all this other shit that we've been force-fed for the last 2 or 3 years. It's a fool's paradise. We need players, fucking big time, or else this is going to be a bad season. Anyway, fuck the FA Cup, but we're still in it. I'll do a player ratings. I'm not happy. This is just more of the same shite, and I'm really fucking concerned, because next month is Champions League time. Real Madrid are going to fucking kill us. It's going to be fucking embarrassing, and then it's going to be even more embarrassing when we don't get into the Champions League next season, and it'll be the same shit. We don't have enough. We're not in the Champions League. We can't attract the players we need. Blah 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 blah. We've read this storybook before, and it ends fucking badly. Anyway, hopefully Jurgen grows a spine and tells FSG to get him a midfielder quickly, because we're next summer FC. That's what we are. Into our player ratings. Alright, if you could hit the like and subscribe button. We're getting a lot of views on the videos, but not an awful lot of likes and subscriptions. So if you could hit the like and subscribe, it would really help out the channel. We don't charge for the content, and we would just appreciate some likes and some subscriptions if possible. Okay, player rating time. Look, I'm in a shit humour. That was fucking awful. So the player ratings are going to reflect my lack of enthusiasm for this team at the minute. Ali 5. He's been a phenomenal player this season, so I don't want to hammer him, and I'm not going to. Once a year, or once a season, we have a game where he gives the ball away, and that's the price you pay for a sweeper keeper, or a keeper that plays out from the back, whatever you want to call it. It happens. It was a bad mistake. The second goal, he didn't cover himself with much glory either. He's getting a 5 out of 10, 6 being the average. Trent is getting a 7. I thought Trent, after he's come back from the World Cup, has looked really good. His defending has become much better, and this time we got his defending and his attacking. It was a decent performance, and he's getting a 7 out of 10. Joel Matip, who I love, is getting a 5. He was Bambi on ice again today. He's not in good form. I love Joel. He's a great player. He's been a great servant to the club. And we don't have anyone else to replace him, but Jesus Christ, he needs to perform better. Kanate gets a 7. He's recovered well from the World Cup final. Obviously he had an awful game against Brentford, so it was much better from him. Robbo 5. You're a defender first, Andy. You gotta track your runner, and we all know what Giora is going to be like. He fucking ripped him a new one. He didn't read the play. It was just overhit passes, overhit crosses, hitting defenders with the first ball. He's getting a 5. Into our midfield that isn't too old, according to Jurgen Klopp. Fabi 6 being the average. He was average today. Did some good things, did some poor things. Hendo 5. As I said, he was meant to have recovered from concussion. He didn't play like he has. Hit passes out of play. Hit wild fucking crosses too long. He's finished at this level in my opinion, and he needs to be replaced. Thiago 6. Another average display from Thiago. We really need him to grab these games by the scruff of the neck. I will say one thing. Keita came on for Hendo. We all know what Naby Keita is like, but I'll give him a 7. He really gave us some fucking impetus in midfield. And I like the performance. I think he should start in front of Henderson. And that's how bad things are when I'm begging for Naby Keita to come on and to, you know, give us some fucking impetus in midfield. Jesus. Salah 7, got a goal and had a lot of efforts. As I said, he's not the Mo Salah that we know and love. He's a little bit off. He was 8 and 9 this last year. Another 7. Darren Núñez getting my man of the match. 8. He took his goal really well. He threw himself around. He's full of running. And to be honest, he's the only one who looks like a Liverpool player. The rest of them look like they're still asleep. Cody Gakpo 7. I thought he was really good. Is he going to be better than Luis Diaz? Hard to say. First game and all. He definitely wilted a little bit as the game wore on. Jurgen 5. We love you, Jurgen. What you've brought to this team, what you've brought to this club is undeniable. But you've got to speak up and tell us what the fuck is going on here. I don't think Pep Linders is a good coach. I think you're being let down by your medical team who are fucking hopeless. I think you're being let down by your coaching staff who are just as fucking hopeless. And it's not a Liverpool team I recognise. And it's certainly not a Jurgen Klopp team. Speak up, man. Tell us what's going on. And the fans will riot to get you what you need. But this is going to start to tarnish your legacy. I don't want to hear any bullshit about injuries. Every fucking team has injuries. Look at Chelsea. Half the team is injured. What do? They go out and spend fucking money. Oh, we're not Chelsea. We're not Manchester City. We're not Newcastle. We're not Manchester United. No, we're not. And we're not in fucking top 4 either. So, we need something to happen. You need to work some magic, because this isn't good enough. Another fucking game we don't need in 10 days' time at Molineux. A replay in a cup we don't give a fuck about. I honestly don't know where we go from here. We're next summer FC, that's what we are. Everything's next summer. Bellingham is next summer. What? Why are we writing this fucking season off? If we don't get top 4, do you think Bellingham is going to come to a club that isn't in top 4? And Virgil's out for at least 2 months, I reckon. So this could get fucking worse before it gets better. Anyway, not very positive mental fortitude today. I'm just sick of watching the same shite. It's not getting any better. We're not improving. It's not the results, it's the performance. It's not getting any better. Fuck the results for a minute. Put that to one side. I can live with losing games. I can live with drawing games. I can live with replays. It's the FA Cup. You know, anything can happen. But it's the performances are shite. Like, we're so poor. So off where we used to be. With the same fucking players. Something's not right. And the silence is deafening. We need answers. And if we don't start screaming for them, we're just going to fucking sleepwalk into 7th or 8th. No Champions League next season. And watch the calibre of player we're going to get down. Like, fuck the 35 million we always go for. It'll be 4 and 5 million. Because we've no Champions League money. I'm done with FSG. Them out, Pep Linders out, the whole fucking lot. We need to tear it up and start again. This team ain't good enough.